Hey everybody, this is the Factsman from www.sportsforumpicks.com, where we're going to discuss the BCS title game between Florida State and Auburn. I'm not going to give a pick on this game. This is more going to be like a discussion and try to get some of your feedback. So if you guys are watching this on YouTube or see it on Twitter, come to www.sportsforumpicks.com and let's talk about the game. You know, the pros, the cons, the goods, the bads, the uglies, all that good stuff. I got notes. I don't really keep notes, but I was doing some research and I found a couple interesting things on this game. Everybody's got an opinion. I'd like to hear them opinions. Not going to be betting the game today, tomorrow. I'll kind of wait and see what happens as we get closer to kickoff, closer to the game itself. Interesting thing that I found, and this is, I don't think I've ever seen this. There are 11 teams in the ACC that are going to bowl games. Okay, right now, 9 of them are underdogs. The one favorite, other than the championship game, is North Carolina, a 3-point favorite against Cincinnati. The weird part is, North Carolina is playing the game in North Carolina. Other than that, every game, an ACC team is underdog. What does that tell us? The ACC is a bad conference. We know that. Okay, so it just seems a little strange that the best team in the country, Florida State, is such a big favorite when their conference is so bad. Let's go to the SEC. There's 10 teams, I'm guessing, going to bowl games in the SEC. I think all 10 will be favorite. The one line right now where it could be another dog is South Carolina is a 1-point dog against Wisconsin. I'd be betting on kickoff when that game starts. That'll shift. SEC bettors will come in because people will bet the SEC over the Big Ten all the time. Therefore, by the time this game between Florida State and Auburn plays, you'll have 9 SEC teams favorite in bowl games, which is kind of peculiar because if the SEC has 9 favorite teams, but yet their best team, Auburn, is a 9-point underdog or an 8-point underdog or a 10-point underdog, wherever it closes, it seems kind of odd. So think about it in a nutshell. The Florida State team is favorite. You know, one of the only favorites in that conference against a team who's going to be probably the only underdog in the SEC. Does that matter? I mean, what it tells me is Auburn is not the best team in the SEC, and Florida State is head and shoulders above anybody in the ACC. Don't take a rocket science to figure that out. I'm a big momentum guy, and I can tell you this right now. If they played this game today, I bet Auburn. I bet Auburn because they're hot. Winning games on deflected passes, on 107-yard kick returns, you know, missed field goal returns, and then being as impressive as they have against Missouri. You know, they're a team that's just playing lights out. Everything they're doing is right. The thing about this game that is puzzling is I talked to a few people offshore, you know, bookmaker, the best bet Chris families, and they're telling me that if Auburn wins straight up, they're getting destroyed. But if Florida State wins by more than 9, they're getting destroyed. So their best scenario is a Florida State win without a cover. So I think what happens is you see a lot of teams that believe Auburn could win will bet on the money line. And I could see it. And then you got others that say, Florida State, number 1 defense, points allowed. Number 2 offense. How often do you see that? Team only gives up 10 points a game. Okay? They've scored under 37 points one time all year. You look at Auburn; they've had 6 wins by 8 points or less. Again, we're talking about a good conference here. So then the next question comes in: how does Florida State react to a close game? Hard to say. They've never been in a close game. Everything has been easy for them. Who's the best team Florida State played? Florida State. They practice against each other every day. That offense practices against that defense. Does that matter? So there's a lot of factors that are going to go into this game. I'd like your opinion. and not from a fan standpoint, because I know you SEC guys are going to come in and say, "Oh, the SEC won 7 times in a row." It means nothing, okay? Uh, they beat Alabama. It means nothing, okay? This means is heads-up matchup. How does Florida State stop Auburn's run? What does Auburn do if they blink their eyes and they're down 21-0 on a team that throws the ball 12 times a game? So this is kind of an adjusting on the fly kind of game. If Florida State can't stop the run, are they in trouble? Does it become a shootout? Is Florida's defense that good, and is Auburn's defense that good? They post a total of about 66 on this game, expecting a high-scoring game. But if with that total, if you're expecting a high-scoring game, you have to believe that the points are going to come from Florida State because they score a lot of points. So it's kind of a situation where you have to know where you're coming. When you're playing this game, what you're expecting to happen or what you think could happen. I'm not going to make an opinion on the game, and I'm not a big it's the Super Bowl or it's the BCS game. It means absolutely nothing to me. I'm more of a guy that if there's an outstanding matchup that I think there's an advantage either way, I'll play the game. And this is one of the games where I'm going to come to you guys, and there might be something you say to me or say in this thread that I didn't think about that angle, because you can't think of everything. I'm just laying stuff out there for you guys to say, yeah, I never thought about that one. And maybe you could do the same for me and for everybody else in the community that could watch this or comment on it. So yeah, I want everybody's thoughts on the on the game, and I'll definitely love you for it. See that? I'll love you for it. My Christmas card there, kind of like that. So yeah, it's one of them games where I want everybody involved. When you're sitting on the couch watching the game, it'll probably be snowing. Oh, I didn't send anybody my Christmas card. See, I'm in the Christmas spirit. Sorry, I like having fun with these things. But anyway, in all seriousness, I know I do a lot of videos where we it's my opinion on this and why this will happen and why it won't happen. I firmly believe in a game like this, we could take advantage of each other's knowledge. What you see, what I see, what we can do, and work off that. I don't know right now exactly what to expect. Like I said, gun to my head, I play Auburn if they played this week. Momentum is strong, but I don't know. Game day, you look at Florida State, and they could be scary. The thing I want to also mention is the threads and the posts and the Twitters. Up until 2 weeks ago, everybody was saying Florida State is going to crush Ohio State. They'll beat them by 30. Florida State's the best team in the country. And all of a sudden, that's changed. Now everybody's saying, hey, what about Auburn? Remember last year when everybody said Alabama was really, really good, and I can't wait till they play Notre Dame. Then the line came out like, Notre Dame's got a good defense. Notre Dame can run the ball. Can't give Notre Dame that many points. We change. We let a point spread affect the way we think when clearly Alabama was so much better. The question is Florida State so much better than Auburn? Or is Florida State a fraud with a weak schedule that's going to run into a buzzsaw? Auburn might be that buzzsaw. Don't know. But I will tell you this. It's not going to matter. I don't think the points don't let the points affect the way you think. What I do know is if Florida State is Florida State, they'll blow Auburn right out of the building. No doubt. Or the Rose Bowl, I should say. And if for some strange reason that Auburn run game gets in gear and Florida State don't have an answer, be a long day for Seminole fans. You have to look at the matchups and say, this is what I think is going to happen. This is how I'm breaking the game down. I want to hear your thoughts. Keep an ongoing thread right up until day of the game. And who knows, if we all put our heads together, maybe come game time, all the information that everybody has and everybody's input, maybe we could have a strong consensus plan on the game. So if you're watching this on Twitter or YouTube. Come to www.sportsforumpicks.com. Let's share some information on the game, have a nice discussion, and I think it'll be fun. If you need to reach me on Twitter, you can follow me on Twitter at the Factsman1. Usually they are doing videos and whatever up until the game. Have my Wednesday comp games and Friday comp right now I'm best. So let's get everybody involved. Let's talk about Auburn and Florida State. I'm interested to see what you guys have to say, and I will add some input, as the days go by and as people are responding and replying and giving their input. I'll add some of my thoughts as we get closer to game time. This is the Factsman for www.sportsforumpicks.com. Looking forward to a real good discussion on this game and hope to hear from you. You guys have a great day. Stay out of the cold.